Hello and welcome to episode 23 of the Roll Jump Media Podcast. I am joined by my recurring panelists Jose and Luis. My co host Andres is busy, so he will not be joining us for this particular episode. Today, what we're going to be talking about, we're going to be talking about the Xbox Series X, S, and X prices and other details, Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity, Kingdoms of Amular Re-Reckoning Review Roundup, Ubisoft's Ubisoft Forward, plus more, which includes other things. We'll get to it soon. But before we get into all of that, let's go ahead and talk about what we've been playing. I didn't ask you guys how you've been doing. How y'all doing?
We're good. We're good.
You guys are good?
Happy that it's getting cooler.
That's always nice. That's always nice. Okay, now we can get into what we've been playing. So go ahead and take it away, guys.
All right, I'll get started. I'm playing. Um, what have I been playing? So I finished um Xenoblade Chronicles, Future Connected, Futures Connected. Uh,
Okay.
this week, I think, like about a week ago. Um, it was a nice extra story. It's slightly different to the original game, like the gameplay. But it's just as enjoyable as the original game. Uh, to me, like the it was it, it was a little more challenging
Oh,
as
really?
the story went on. Yeah, as the story went on. I don't know why. I don't know if they changed like the difficulty or something, but some parts were a little bit more challenging. And I don't want to get it a lot into it because I mean some of you haven't played. So,
Guilty.
but yeah, I finished that game. Now I'm just playing on my 2DS. I'm playing Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Um,
Sweet.
yes, always good to go back and play Ocarina of Time. I'm almost done with it. And lastly, I started playing Uncharted: The Lost Legacy finally.
Oh, my
And
boy.
yes, so now I'm just um, I only played like once, like a few days ago, and I haven't played. I'm probably just gonna finish the Ocarina of Time and then focus on Lost Legacy. But so far, I mean, it's more Uncharted, specifically more Uncharted 4. It's very similar, like gameplay and combat. It's just it's nice to have more Uncharted. So I'll focus on that.
To avoid spoilers, use the timestamps in the description. Yeah, I can't
But
wait
yeah,
till
that's pretty much.
you. Okay. I was gonna say about Uncharted, like I can't wait till you experience that dynamic that happens between the characters. I think that's the strongest suit.
Oh, Chloe and Nadine.
Yeah,
Yes, well, Chloe was one like my favorite character in the Uncharted
yeah,
franchise.
she's up
One of my
there.
favorite characters. Um, so that's why it was one of the reasons why I wanted to get it as well.
My boy.
So yeah, that's pretty much
Cool,
it.
cool, cool, cool. All right, Jose, you want to go up next?
Yeah. So for me, I've been playing Animal Crossing, of course. That's like a daily thing.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
I'm actually started. I'm gonna remodel a little bit my not all of my island, but like my home. So I mean, I guess that's exciting. It's something new. um, and I mean, I guess I've played Spellbreak yesterday. Um, for the first time, and it was fun. I actually do find it a little easier to play than Fortnite. They're very similar, um, aesthetically and also like with the controls. But I don't know. I feel like Spellbreak is it's smoother. I don't know. Like I like how you float, or like when you jump, it's not a. I don't know. It gives me more room. Um,
Hmm.
and I got my first win, so
That helps. That helps.
yeah. So but yeah, that's been pretty much it. I don't know if I should just get back into another game. Like we play something else while I wait for Pikmin. Because it's still a month away, more than a month away. So I need to keep myself busy with something else. But yeah, that's been pretty much it. Taking it easy with video games for now.
I hear that. I like it. I like it. Okay,
What about
so you said what about me?
yeah?
All right, so I have a couple here that are new that I like to talk about. Um, First thing is Final Fantasy 14 and Apex Legends. I've been playing a pretty good amount of Apex Legends, a little bit less of Final Fantasy 14 because of some other things I was playing. Kingdoms of Amular. We're gonna be talking about that a little bit later, so I'll save my thoughts about the game when we do that. But I guess before I talk, I guess I'll talk about Spellbreak too. So Spellbreak, as you said, the movement's really good. So how it works is you have magical gauntlets that give you access to spells, and there's different types of elements, and those different gauntlets give you different abilities, which is really nice. And as you said, the movement is really nice in that game as well. You can float depending on how much, I guess, magic pool or mana that you have in your reserve. And it's a battle royale, so it's a magic battle royale against other players. Um, Solo, duo, and trios. When we played, the duo mode was locked out, but we ended up being able to play a duo, which is kind of strange. But yeah, it's a super fun game. It looks nice, at least on the PS4. I know on the Switch, when Cassandra was playing it, she said that it looked a little washed out. I don't know if that was the
Oh.
same experience you had, Jose.
Um, well, I mean, I played it on the TV mode, so
Okay, it might have helped
I'm
that,
not.
huh?
Yeah,
True, true. But yeah, I do recommend people jumping in and playing that. It's worth it's worth a shot, and it's free to play. So characters look nice, everything's nice looking. So looks Breath of the Wildy actually, and Fortnitey.
yeah. It
Yeah,
has a lot of potential for sure.
yeah. Jose wants a water gauntlet, and I don't blame
Oh
him.
yeah,
Water
you're
would be
right.
sick. Yeah,
That'd be cool.
yeah. So I guess the last one I want to talk about is Ring Fit Adventure because I didn't talk about it last week. All right, so Ring Fit Adventure, I got this because I wanted it for my birthday, and just to switch up my exercise routine. You know, sometimes it gets boring, and you want to switch it up, do something different. And I had experienced this at a friend's house before, so I knew that the game was going to be pretty hardcore if you want it to be, and and it is. It's a good workout. Every time I use it, I sweat more than usual when I do my own thing at home, which is pretty nice. Um, I feel like this game, because it involves exercise, it does have story elements, like you talk to NPCs and things and different things. To avoid spoilers, use the timestamps in the description. The two that stand out so far are a character called Hubby, and there's another character called uh, what's the other character? Miss something. I forget her name. But they're in charge of a shop, and you can buy different items and clothing from them, which is pretty nice. And they'll give you and they're usually at the end of a level that you do, and you kind of just help them in whatever predicament they're in. And it's really charming. Um, I wouldn't say it's anything like a actual story driven game is going to give you. But it's a nice time. Progresses. It gives you progression and a reason to keep playing, even if you're tired. Even though they say not to play if you're tired, there's a lot of health warnings and everything. So the main draw that I have to come back is they kind of drip feed you the different exercises. So as you play, you'll unlock more exercises. I don't know if it's by leveling up or by playing the campaign, but I'm having fun unlocking exercises, and the RPG kind of element comes in when you want to mix and match your exercises because there's an ability where you can color code your exercises with the enemy. So red would be for arms, or yellow would be for like abs. Um, I forget what color is for legs, but there's different colors for different sections of your body, and then you can choose what exercises you want to take with you on a certain level, which is nice. So it's a good combination of exercise and game. I think they did it perfectly. You guys have any questions about it, or pretty straightforward?
I mean, it looks pretty straightforward. I guess my only question is, would you need? I'm assuming you need like some space, right? You need space to play the game, just to do your workouts.
Yeah, I don't have too much space that I'm working with, but as long as you have a mat and some space to your sides and to your front, more space to your front rather than your sides. You don't need too much space because it doesn't have you do wild, crazy maneuvers. Actually, they do,
Yeah.
but it's standing up so far. So, yeah, I would give yourself some space. And they say you do need it, but I haven't had the need for a whole bunch of space, like crazy amounts.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, snap. Gotta mute my phone. Yeah, but those are the games that I wanted to talk about. We're gonna be talking about Kingdoms of Amular later, so I'll talk about my thoughts then.
All right.
Yeah. All right, so you guys ready to move on to the news segment?
For sure.
All right. Okay, so this first news piece actually came this morning straight from PlayStation. There's going to be a PlayStation 5 Showcase live this September. I don't know why I put live, but there's going to be a PlayStation 5 Showcase this September 16th at 1 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. This is coming from their official Twitter and Sid Schumann from PlayStation Blog. This is what they say on the blog. They say, before PlayStation 5 launches this holiday, we wanted to give you one more look at some of the great games coming to PS5 at launch and beyond. Our next digital showcase will weigh in at around 40 minutes and feature updates on the latest titles from worldwide studios and our world-class development partners. Tune in live on Twitch or YouTube this Wednesday, September 16th at 1 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time to see what's next for PS5. So I'm going to be live streaming this. I don't know about y'all. You guys hyped for this?
I mean, I'm excited to see what they reveal. Uh, I'm hoping they reveal the price as well.
They have to.
At this point, I mean, as I was telling you, at this point, I think if they don't reveal it, I think it's
Something fishy.
yeah, it's gonna be it's obvious that it's gonna be like on the pricey side of things. Um, but I mean, hopefully it's not that expensive.
Yeah, same here, same here. There was some rumors going around yesterday or 2 days ago that they want to price the main model at 499 and then the digital edition at 399. But again, it's a rumor, and I don't know. I just want to wait until they actually say something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long is it gonna be? You know,
It's
40
gonna be
40 minutes.
they said around 40 minutes. Yeah. That was the same length as the previous one, right? When they did the whole Miles Morales reveal and everything. I would want to say
Yeah,
so.
when they first revealed the console, I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
so.
yeah.
Like, what else can they show?
Jack and Dexter 4.
Jack and Dexter 4. Yo, sir, please. That's all I want. Let's see what else. I mean, they can do. I was gonna say Sly Cooper, but Sucker Punch just released their game, so they need time most likely. I don't know what else they can show. It's gonna be surprises, but it's either gonna be surprises or a bunch of updates to things we already know.
Yeah.
What if they
Yeah,
reveal another Uncharted?
it's
Like they
possible.
could reveal maybe not show gameplay, but like do something, kind of like Metroid 4, and like reveal like the title or something like that. Because I mean, there's always an Uncharted game for every main. Well, since the PS3.
Yeah,
I mean, and it's a staples PlayStation franchise, so they could do that. I don't know. We shall see.
yeah. I mean, the gap between Uncharted 3 and Uncharted 4 it was 2011, and then Uncharted 4 came out in 2016.
5 years.
Yeah, it was a 5-year gap for that one.
It's gonna be a 5 year gap. 2021. What are you talking about?
I mean, I guess.
True. We'll see. We'll see what Naughty Dog can do.
Planet to see.
Would you want an Uncharted if it wasn't Naughty Dog?
I don't know. It depends. I would have to see how it looks and the story and everything.
Yeah, that's fair. Cause like so far, Insomniac's kind of carrying the brand so far with Ratchet and Clank and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So I think they want to announce something else from their first party to get people excited for their console, at least. I just don't know what that's gonna entail. But
Maybe a God of
we
War.
shall see. You said God of War?
Yeah, maybe like an announcement of God of War 2 or something like that.
Oh yeah, because Santa Monica Studios they haven't put anything out since God of War, huh? 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. I think that's a good bet. But yeah, I look forward to this event happening on September 16th, 1 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. I'm gonna be there, and if you guys want to react with me, you guys are always welcome to. All right, so moving on to the next news item. This is concerning Colin Kaepernick, actually. So Colin Kaepernick is playable in Madden 21. This is coming from their official statement from the Madden 21 team. This is a quote I have to share with you guys. Colin Kaepernick is one of the top free agents in football and a starting caliber quarterback. The team at EA Sports, along with millions of Madden NFL fans, want to see him back in our game. We've had a long relationship with Colin through Madden NFL and worked through our past soundtrack mistakes. And by past soundtrack mistakes, his name was edited from a song in Madden 19, as described by The Guardian. Starting today in Madden NFL 21, fans can put Colin Kaepernick at the helm of any NFL team in franchise mode, as well as play with him in Play Now. We look forward to seeing Colin on Madden NFL teams everywhere. So this is kind of exciting. You guys have a
Yeah.
quick take on it?
I mean, I think it's good. Calling it a mistake though is very superficial because we know it's not a mistake. Well, I don't know, but
Yeah, I hear
uh,
you. I hear you. That was an active decision.
yeah. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Yeah, you could
But
just left it alone. You put effort into that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Um, but obviously, there's a lot of uh politics, I guess, behind this.
Behind it.
It's it's obviously a PR move as well. Um, but I mean, it's a nice gesture. I mean, I don't know. Good for them. I can't really like praise them because it's like the bare minimum, like it should have just been there. He should have been there.
Mm,
Um,
mm.
but I mean, that's good.
I'm
Yeah.
just glad that they're like they're fixing their mistake, and not making the same mistake again. So
Yeah, I hear that. I don't
And
really know how. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
this is for Madden 21. You said
Yeah, the latest Madden that just came out.
is that the one with like bad reviews?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
But that's just Madden, man. Madden is it's what do you call it? Shameless in how similar it is to the previous installments lately.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I were on based on that principle, I'm not getting Madden. But if they did make the game better and actually differentiate it, add some, make the gameplay better, having Colin Kaepernick would just be the icing on the cake. It would be so fun. But they squander it. They squander it, man. I want to play.
Yeah.
Okay. So, are you guys ready to move on to the next news segment?
Yes.
Okay. So this next one is also a quick one. No More Heroes 3 has been delayed. This is coming from an official statement from the studio and director Suda51. He stated his real name, but everybody kind of knows him as Suda51. This is a quote from that official statement. All staff members at Grasshopper have been working as hard as possible on developing the game in the hopes of releasing it in 2020, but the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic have unfortunately proven to be a real body blow to our schedule. It continues on. We will continue to put every effort into the title's development as we shoot for a 2021 release date. And as a side note, No More Heroes 3 was revealed at last year's Game Awards, the Game Awards. So, a quick update to this game. I'm not sure if this is going to be Switch exclusive. I don't remember. I can fact check it, but how do you guys feel about this?
Uh, well, okay. So for me, I haven't really. Uh, I'm not aware of the franchise, or I haven't played the other games. So to me, it's kind of like what's it called? I'm a little indifferent towards it.
I see.
Um, although I do want to try those games. Hopefully we do get like some kind of port, like next year or something.
Yeah,
But I I get it. Uh, due to the whole like pandemic, it slowed down like the progress of the game, and not just this game. Like I don't know, just recently the Kina developers.
oh yeah, I forgot about including that one. Yeah, slipped
Yeah,
my mind.
that one was
Yeah.
delayed. That was delayed to quarter 1 of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I mean Halo. We've heard about Halo, Cyberpunk. Well, I mean Cyberpunk is still coming out this year. But there's a lot
Knock
of
on wood.
yeah, there's a lot of um, um like the progress, right? It was interrupted by the pandemic.
Yeah,
So I get it. Health comes first, and the well-being of developers and the staff comes first. So it also gives the developers more time to fine tune their games. So hopefully we do get like a better product at the end of the day. So I think it makes sense. I mean, obviously it's a little sad and disappointing, I guess, for the gamers who were looking forward to playing this game. But I mean, I think in the long run, it's beneficial to everyone.
yeah. So based off the stuff I've consumed, like gameplay and people talking about it, it's kind of like a almost Devil May Cry-ish attitude that comes along with it. Not in terms of the action probably, but you have like a beam sword and your Travis touchdown, and you just kind of hack your way through levels. I'm guessing. I don't know if it's actual levels or how it's structured, but it's just action with the sword. I'm pretty sure how the
Yeah,
games play.
basically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, we're gonna have to look forward to that hopefully next year.
Yes.
Yes. All right, so the next stories that we have are the juicy ones. You guys ready for the juice?
Yeah.
bring on the juice.
Okay, so I'm gonna get all your guys' juice on this Xbox stuff. No pause. I mean pause. Okay. So Xbox kind of just dropped a whole bunch of information on us, and we got to talk about it. So all this information is coming from different sources, but I'm going to be starting from their official Xbox Twitter account. So the Xbox Series X is going to be costing $499, and the Xbox Series S is going to be costing $299. These consoles are going to be coming out on November 10th, and pre-orders are going to start on September 22nd. The key differences between the Xbox Series X and the X, S, and X is that the Series S will have no disk drive. It will have a 512 gigabyte solid state drive instead of a 1 terabyte one. It's going to target 1440p at 60 frames per second rather than 4K. And all the additional details can be found on the X-Wire post by Phil Spencer. So that's the main crux of it. Um, People have been praising the prices of these consoles. How do you guys feel about these two SKUs?
I think it's pretty reasonable. Um, I know when they revealed the prices, Sony started trending because people were uh, like pressuring. We're not pressuring, but um, like Sony had to step up to the plate now. Um, now that Xbox had revealed their prices. Um,
Yeah,
the one thing that I do want to point out is like their names. Um, you struggle to name them, like that reminds me a lot of Nintendo's very wise decision to call the Wii U right after the Wii.
that was
Um,
really bad. Yeah.
it's it's bad marketing. I don't know why. I don't know. The names are too complicated, too long, and too similar. Like X and S. Really, you couldn't have thought of like two other letters that aren't so similar.
I know.
Um,
Yeah, it's a pain just like having to pronounce it so well just
yeah.
to determine the
So,
difference.
so I mean, that's frustrating to hear the names, but yeah, I mean, as far as the price goes, it's pretty good. And they did get praise for that. So now they need now they need to offer games. Just kidding.
That's always the story of Xbox, man. That's the man.
Uh, but yeah, it's good um to hear like the prices. We'll see where Sony stands with this next week.
Yeah, I'm of a
Yes.
similar mind. Uh, Luis, do you have anything additional to say? Any feelings about these prices?
Yes, I was gonna say like the because you said like the Series S, right? It's gonna be 500 something, right? Gigabytes
Yeah,
of space.
512 gigabytes of yeah storage.
I don't know about that. Like, is that gonna be enough for like the games?
You know what?
Because it's only digital, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be all digital. See, what I've heard is that because of the change in architecture, the file sizes don't have to be as big. I don't know if
Mm,
that's true or not, but even so, like if a game is like 50 gigs or something,
right.
that's gonna,
It's gonna add up, and
yeah,
you're gonna have to get like a external drive or something. I
cause
mean, but other than that,
yeah,
I, I do think that they're reasonable. Like the prices. Uh, the price. I mean, first of all, like the prices were leaked. I think they were supposed to like uh, reveal the prices next week. That's what Xbox or Phil Spencer said, but they decided to just say the prices due to like the leaks that they were going around. So I think they're reasonable prices and a lot of options with the Series X and Series S.
yeah.
It's gonna be interesting to see PlayStation. And I'm curious because for Sony, like the digital only PS5, they're very similar, you know. Um,
Yeah.
so I'm interested in seeing if there's gonna be a difference in prices with them with Sony.
Imagine if they had like a third console that they haven't revealed yet. That's kind
The
of
PS,
wants to compete with that Series S because I don't think the digital edition is gonna cut it, Chief. Like you can't cut that much price off of a console if it's the same
yeah,
internals without a disk drive.
exactly. That's what I was thinking. So I mean, Xbox could be, taking this.
That dub.
Yeah, but who knows? Well, it's gonna be interesting to see. Um, when is it next week? When they talk more about the PS5?
They're gonna be talking about. They didn't say they're gonna be talking about the console, but the thing's gonna
Right.
be on Wednesday at 1 p.m. 16th.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I mean Xbox. They now they just have to focus on the games, like as I said. They already revealed the prices.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have to show us if it's worth
Yeah.
it.
There was a wild rumor I was hearing that the initiative, that studio that they have, that we don't, it's a mystery.
Right.
They're working on a Perfect Dark
That's what I heard too.
title, which would be kind of tight, man.
Yes.
Yeah, I
It's been a
think that would
while
be
since
cool.
we've seen a perfect dark game.
Yeah, and supposedly third person maybe. Dude, that's like right up my alley. Third person shooters, give it
Yeah.
to me. All right, so I still have more details about Xbox before we move on from Xbox. So Xbox has this all access program called Xbox All Access that allows people to even get in at even a lower barrier. So the Xbox All Access program offers $25 a month for 2 years, which is $600 total for a Xbox Series S and 2 years of Game Pass Ultimate, and $35 a month, which is $840 total for 2 years. Uh, um, $35 a month for 2 years for an Xbox Series X with 2 years of Game Pass Ultimate. And there are also options for new and existing customers that differ from these plans. Um, how do you guys feel about this payment plan that Xbox is offering? Would you take advantage
Uh,
of it if you were interested in Xbox?
I probably would. Not gonna lie, it's a little confusing. It's a lot like when you were like describing the plants. Um, but I mean, uh, I probably would like take advantage of it. Just because again they give you more options. So I mean, why not? But I
Yeah,
mean, it does come with more. It becomes more pricier, more pricey.
yeah. But so essentially, what this is you get a console and you get Game Pass for a set amount of money a month, basically.
Right.
And it just depends pretty much how much you value Game Pass Ultimate. Like it gives you the Xbox exclusives and it gives you a bunch of good games that came out in the past. So if you didn't play those games and you're in for some Xbox exclusives, it's worth it.
Yeah, it's a good deal.
Yeah. Other details. Xbox Game Pass is going to be going up from $4.99 to $9.99 on PC, but EA Play is going to be added across the board. This is coming from Matthew Humphreys from PC Magazine. What EA Play is, EA Play allows you to play a collection of EA's top titles, play new releases hours early. You have access to trials, and there's other perks that's involved, and that's coming from EA Play's official page. So just one more added detail that Xbox is changing up for their Game Pass. I believe it was already 9.99 on console, but on PC it was 4.99. So they're just upping that price to be parity
Yeah.
with console. So yeah, that's what Xbox is doing. Nothing additional. I mean, we talked about what we needed to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to what is it? Hellblade 2.
How could you forget that the title?
Hellblade 2, man. Hellblade 2, if that hits, man, and I don't have a
Yeah.
PC by then, the temptation to get an Xbox is gonna be real.
Really, Ray. What the heck? Oh, you get an S.
Yeah, I could get it as
Jesus.
to get that I wanna get a 4K TV though, chief.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, that's probably gonna be my plan. 4K TV and a better PC, but we'll see what happens later in the year. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to Kingdoms of Amalur. You guys ready for this?
Let's go.
Yes.
Okay. So I have a bunch of reviews from the Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning release. Uh, on OpenCritic, it's getting a 74 from the top critics, and 69% of the critics are recommending this game. I have a quote from a couple of different outlets. This is the first one. Kingdoms of Amalur: Re-Reckoning is a good, solid remaster. Just don't expect much to have don't expect much to have changed compared to the original. The world is as magical fantasy as you could get, and it really does draw you in. But some technical issues and a number of repetitive quests can dull the otherwise colorful experience. That's from the sixth axis, which gave it a 7 out of 10. Um, this is coming from IGN Middle East. They gave it a 5 out of 10. Reckoning is a good game in 2012, was a good game in 2012, but porting it to 2020 with all its issues was very disappointing. A truly missed chance to make this entertaining game more fun and enjoyable. And the last one I have is from PlayStation Universe, which gave it an 8 out of 10. Kingdoms of Amalur: Re-Reckoning is just as fun as it was 8 years ago, though the game didn't get any updates to its inventory management system or the criminally long load times. The combat is still great and the vast world is a blast to explore. All right, so those are the some of the reviews from Kingdoms of Amalur: Re-Reckoning. What have you guys been hearing about this game, and what was your interest level coming into this?
Well, I mean, I had never um what's the word? I mean, I kind of want to. I don't want to say I didn't care about it, but I mean, I wasn't
I hear
really.
you.
Your radar.
Yeah, on the radar. Yeah, that's good. But well, everything that I've heard from you, Ray, and it's not. What I've heard is not really that good. Uh, well,
Yeah.
because Ray
For the
has expressed his,
re-reckoning,
his opinion.
No,
sure,
okay.
but I'm gonna explain my thoughts on the actual game. But the re-reckoning release,
No, okay.
it's not it.
I thought you were talking about like that gaming.
Oh no
Not the
no
game
no.
itself. Yeah.
No, well, yeah, like the game itself. Again, from Ray,
Yeah.
it's based on what Ray has said. I mean, it's a really solid game. Um, it does look interesting. Um, but I don't know. It's not really my type of game. At first
Mm-hmm.
glance. Again, I would have to try it out. And play it and see. But it does look interesting. Now for the what is it? A port? No,
Remaster.
a remastered.
Re-release.
Uh, a re-release.
I don't know, remaster. I call it the re-release.
Yeah, for the re-release. Uh,
It's
and
a
I mean, I'm
remaster, dude.
sure
It's a
you're gonna get.
remaster. It's a remaster.
Yeah,
They did change some stuff. I'm just salty.
okay, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, you'll go into more detail right now, but
Yeah.
um, I mean, I don't know. In my opinion, a remastered is supposed to make the game look better. Not better, well, better, but also like a little different. Like it's remastered for a reason, right?
Yeah.
So based on the comparisons that I've seen from the original and this new version, you kind of have to like scratch your head and wonder why they call it a remaster. But but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would have to try it out and see if I like it.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. I guess I'll share some of my thoughts of the actual game because that's what I wanted to do. I didn't do that in the beginning. So I would describe this game real quick to somebody as third person Skyrim, just like more colorful.
Makes sense.
Because yeah, um, how this works is I played this game similarly to Skyrim. I have a bunch of saves on Skyrim, playing like the first 10 and 20 hours of the game, and then I just restart it because I just want to do something new or something like that. I don't know why I do that for those games. Something about them just prompts me to do it. I don't know if Luigi has a similar experience, but um, the game is still really good. So to avoid spoilers, use the timestamps in the description. How it works is it's kind of like a similar thing to Skyrim. Like you're a chosen one. Uh, you're so I guess spoilers for the game. Just real quick, spoiler warning. Should I go into spoilers? Nah, I'm not gonna go into spoilers. I'm not gonna go into spoilers. So you're kind of like a chosen one. You're meant to do big things, and you're going on this grand adventure through this world. And when the reviews say that this game is as fantasy as you can get, they're not exaggerating. So even from like the music to how things are portrayed, like you have like fae folk, which are like elves, different
Yeah.
things. You have like dwarves that are NPCs. You have access to magic, spells. Everybody talks in like a fantasy, what you expect a fantasy person to talk like. Um, yeah, it's like it's the whole nine on that, and it's interesting or it's fun to just be in that world and see what you know what really helped me to actually to enjoy this game more was playing Final Fantasy 14 because naturally I'm more attracted to games that just kind of thrust you into a game and just experiment with the tools. You have fun platforming like Mario. Just go ahead and have fun jumping around. Just do a whole bunch of different activities basically, and don't really think too much about it. Those kind of games kind of attract me more than games that have you think a little bit more. And as I've grown older and I've appreciated games that have have storytelling in them, I actually am patient to like sit down and listen to people's dialogues, like the optional dialogues, like the little lore that comes behind everything. And if you actually sit down and listen to the dialogue in Kingdoms of Amular and just let that soak in and actually like absorb what the politics of the world are and how people are struggling with the different things they have to deal with in this world, like attacks from like evil fae or disease or um, having to hire people to protect their settlements or whatever. Um, it gives more meaning to what you do, and I kind of like it for that. Do you guys have any thoughts so far? The last thing I want to talk about is the gameplay.
Well, yeah, like you said, and you've talked to me about this game before. How
Yeah.
it's like similar to Skyrim. And I saw you play a little bit in a stream
Oh,
once.
right, right, yeah.
And yeah, it's an interesting game, and I'm also like I'm interested, I'm invested in those kinds of games as well. Like you said, it's sort of like a colorful Skyrim,
Yeah.
and I love Skyrim. And so it does, it sounds appealing to me. And and just the how you can, do different quests, or take your time and explore the world, and
Yeah.
it's really cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the crux of what I was talking about. I kind of got long-winded there. But as for the gameplay is actually really fun. So that's kind of the main draw, one of the main draws. You have access to a bunch of different abilities, or different, not abilities. You do have access to a bunch of different abilities, but also weapons. So one weapon is mapped to the square button if you're playing on PlayStation, and another weapon is mapped to the triangle button. So you have two weapons on you that you can kind of switch on the fly, like without having to do anything. You just have to press the right button. So for instance, I liked what I've been doing is I've been having a staff on square, and I've been having, let's say they have these weapons called chakrams, which are like circular discs, and I'd be using the staff in order to like open them up, um, put out a big wave of fire, and then I have them staggered, and then I just like break out my chakrams and then throw them at them, and then I'd hold down the chakram button, which for me would be triangle, and then I charge up an attack, and the chakrams spin around me and do AOE damage, which is really cool. So that's just like one instance. You also can use like long swords, you can use great swords, you can use daggers. They have these things called fey blades, which are like I don't know how to describe them, dude. They're like half circle like blades that you wield, and you just like sheath them on your back. So the game is pretty tight in that essence. And for the magic spells, you have like a scorpion hook, and you have lightning to dish out. And then once you get like even higher, you can do stuff like, real quick spoilers, you can drop a meteor on the enemies once you level up. It's pretty insane what all the different things you can do. So fun times, man, really fun.
You seem to really enjoy this game, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's up my alley, man. It's so fun. It's really fun. The one thing though, before we move on, that I hoped that they were going to address in the remake or the remaster was that the dungeons, after you've been to enough dungeons, they actually start to repeat assets a lot, to like a distracting amount. And I was hoping that they would vary the presentation of those. But so far, I don't know if they do or not. I didn't play the actual remaster, but things that I've been hearing, they haven't touched it. So then nobody's brought it up. So disappointing, but it is what it is. Uh, are you guys ready to move on to the next thing?
Yes.
Yep. All right. Are you guys ready to talk about Hyrule Warriors?
Of course.
Okay. Okay. So, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity was announced by Nintendo. I have a quote from Nintendo of America. Introducing Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, a new story set 100 years before The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Battle as legendary warriors and experience the emotional events of the Great Calamity firsthand. Launching November 20th. And then they're supposed to be having something more information on the 26th. So
Oh yeah, I saw it.
yeah, I don't know what that's going to be about, but that's also pretty exciting. So when you guys saw this announcement, how did you guys feel? What do you guys think about this? To avoid spoilers, use the timestamps in the description.
Well, I wasn't expecting it. It was a very, very pleasant surprise. Uh, when I saw it, part of me kind of wished that Nintendo Directs were a thing.
I know,
um,
I know.
because it would have, yeah, it would have like hit differently, you know, like if it were like a Nintendo Direct,
Hmm.
um, the impact would have been, I think, greater. But even then, like them revealing it out of nowhere, it got the hype levels up there. Um, as far as the game goes, it looks good. I'm actually really excited to play it. Like it uses the same graphics that um, the Breath of the Wild uses.
Hmm.
Um, you would think that since it's a Hyrule Warriors game, it would have used the graphics that it used for like the first Hyrule Warriors. But I really like that they kept the same aesthetic, the same graphics, because it is a prequel to the Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Um, Personally, I really like the way that they're expanding the story. Um, I think it's a genius move, honestly. Like they're giving us a prequel, they're expanding the lore, the story, but they're not just giving us like it serves as a Hyrule Warriors sequel as well. So in a way, it kind of uh, fills those two spots. A Breath of the Wild prequel and Hyrule Warriors sequel. So
Ah. Hmm.
it kind of satisfies both. I guess. I mean, I'm guessing it's the same fandom, but both franchises. It expands both franchises at the same time.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what else they have in store for us. Um, but it looks of it, it looks like the champions will be playable as well as um,
Yeah.
Link, Link and Zelda.
Yeah. It's
Um,
pretty hype.
Obviously, if you played Breath of the Wild, you know how the story begins. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they bridge that here with
Link.
this game. Uh,
Link.
open your eyes. Um, but yeah, I'm really excited. I'm hyped. Uh, gonna get it.
Cool.
Yes, similar to Jose, I'm excited for this game. Um, I feel like the Hyrule Warriors style of play fits this part of the story. They mentioned that in the little presentation they had how how this is the great calamity. All the enemies are attacking, so there's gonna be hordes of enemies attacking you. So again, like the Hyrule Warriors style fits really well. So you can just kill various enemies.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, so I'm excited. Also because this game is being worked on by Koei Tecmo and Nintendo. Nintendo is basically like supervising uh,
Hmm.
the game as well, which makes sense because it is a prequel to Breath of the Wild. So I'm glad that they're being careful with the details, and the Anuma team is there to see that it's correct, right, or it fits the story well.
Yeah.
So so I'm glad. I'm glad for that. I'm really excited as well. I already have the game pre-ordered, and
Mega fan.
um, and but yeah, I mean it's cool. It was very unexpected as well. I just woke up and it was like trending, and everyone was talking about it. So
No opportunity to get hype. Just here it is. Please be excited.
yes,
But it's all good.
and
I mean, we're getting quality games, so who are we to complain?
You're cutting off right.
Am I?
Yeah.
So I got up to I was record I heard you guys all the way up to personally I enjoyed Hyrule, and then that's where it stopped for me. Cut out.
oh yeah, well basically I just said I enjoy Hyrule Warriors. Uh, because I mean they take the liberties with the characters. It's really fun. And sometimes when it's very like mindless fun, when you just go and like just start playing and you don't have to focus on like story or whatever. You can just have fun. I think
Hmm.
I think that's the appeal of the first Time Warrior. But like I said, with this one, I feel like it's more of a serious approach due to the importance of the story itself. It's
Yeah.
it's a prequel to Breath of the Wild, so it's gonna be interesting to see it.
Uh, do you guys think that the gameplay holds up? Like the question is like I'm interested in the game. I actually want to see how the story unfolds, but my hesitance comes with the gameplay. I haven't played the first Hyrule Warriors, so does the gameplay ever get repetitive or like you don't want to do you don't want to do a mission because the gameplay gets repetitive, or does the gameplay get repetitive at all in your perspective?
Um, I don't think it does. I think it
No.
works. It's just I don't know. Like I never felt bored playing it. Um, I actually felt compelled to keep going because I was so invested in the storyline. Like I wanted to
Hmm.
see
Hmm.
because it's well, at least with the first Hyrule Warriors, you get all of these characters, right? All of these Legend of Zelda characters.
Yeah.
So I was eager to see what their role in this storyline is, because the storyline is not canon to um, the Legend of Zelda games. They introduce new characters. Um, Volvagia, which is a dragon in Ocarina of Time, is actually a warrior in this game. Um,
Oh.
so um, it's a different storyline. It has nothing to do with the main um, you know games.
The
But
original
so
ones.
that's what made me so that's what made me want to keep going. And like
Okay.
Luis said, it's um, I mean, I guess you could see it as some mindless fun because you're just slashing through enemies. Um, so that's what it's fun. It keeps the game fun. And then the soundtrack as well. I think it has a lot to do with that as well. The
Hmm.
music that they
Hmm.
use while you're playing um, is really good. Um, so that's why I'm really excited to see you know that play style in with Breath of the Wild graphics, because um, I mean one of the things about Breath of the Wild that I could that in my opinion is like a flaw is the lack of music and um, like the space between like each main piece of story. Um, so with the Hyrule Warriors game style, which is a lot more fast paced, um, you know, it's bound to improve, I guess, the experience for me at least. So I'm excited.
Hmm. Hmm. I think I was
Yeah,
just. Oh, go ahead.
just to add, uh, I do think that it can get a little repetitive, and because again, it is just slashing through enemies, right? One of the things that I like about the first Hyrule Warriors, though, it's that there's a lot of modes to play, and sometimes you are given like missions, to you have to do this and this, um, but you have a time
Hmm.
limit or something, so
Okay.
that does keep the game fresh. But like the gameplay itself, it might get a little repetitive, maybe even boring for some. Um, but like I said, I do think that with this game, yeah, it might be a little different because again, it is focused on story. So
Hmm.
maybe you might be playing as Link for this time, but then they introduce you to Urbosa or Mifa, right? And now you get to play as them and see their moves, and so maybe it is paced a little more differently and make it not as repetitive or not as boring for some people. But yeah, like Jose said, personally, I love the first Hyrule Warrior. So to me or to us, it's not a problem, I guess.
Yeah.
But I can see why for some people might be a little, skeptical, and it can be something brand new.
Yeah. What I was gonna say is I completely forgot about Persona 5 Scramble,
Right.
and I, without a doubt, like no hesitation, I'm like I'm getting that day one, and that's the same gameplay or similar at least, same company, right? Making the same game or similar game.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so too. So I'm like, why am I saying day one for Persona when I'm not saying day one for this one? I guess it's just like investment in the franchise, right? Kinda, in a way.
Yeah, I can
So like,
understand that.
yeah. So I mean, I played a little bit of it and I had fun playing what I played, even though it's like hack and slash, take everybody out. I think they do a good job of making it making or capturing the essence of what the character is. So like for Joker, he feels nimble and he's using his guns, to take out the enemies. And as Link, you're going to be using your sword and you're going to be using all kinds of different things at your disposal that you would expect Link to be able to do. So I think those details really go a long way with a game like this if you're not into the hack and slash thing. So
Right.
yeah, so I don't know. I'm still gonna think about it. I'm not the biggest Zelda fan, at least not yet. So we'll see. I like Mifa and I like the other champions. I like Zelda. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and just to add, they are gonna present more information on 26, and I think that's the first day of the Tokyo Game Show,
Yeah,
and the Koei Tecmo is gonna be talking about the game. In that show, it's gonna be like 40 minutes long or 50 minutes long or something like that. They're gonna be showing off like the of gameplay and more details about the game. So
yeah. I'm gonna have to tune into on that one. Help me make a decision.
yeah, I'll probably tune into that too.
Yeah. Oh, Cassandra said we're gonna be watching that together. So.
Oh, nice.
All right. So I got one more last story for y'all. You guys ready for it?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the Ubisoft Forward. Ubisoft had their Ubisoft Forward on September 10th. All the details I have are coming from different sources. The first ones are from Matt T.M. Kim at IGN and Jordan Gerblick from Games Radar. What I have right here is a list of the the bigger announcements, more substantial announcements that came from the forward. Again, this is kind of subjective because I did choose which ones to include. So if you want to check out their articles and see what else I missed, and the actual video to see what else they probably missed, you may do so, and I do suggest it. So here are the big ones that I did choose. The first one, Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake. It's going to be a remake of the 2003 3D platformer, and it's going to be coming January 21st, 2021. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game complete edition, was a big deal for a lot of people. Immortals: Phoenix Rising is going to be coming December 3rd, 2020. That one had a lot of coverage. There was like coverage after the fact by different outlets. It looks like a really fun game. Riders Republic is a massively multiplayer extreme sports game that was revealed. Sam Fisher is in Rainbow Six Siege, and that's available now. Far Cry VR Dive into Insanity is only going to be available at zero latency VR facilities, and it seems to be based off the events of Far Cry 3. Watch Dogs Legion is going to have a Stormzy special mission, and Aiden Pierce is going to be there post launch. Watch Dogs Legion is going to be released on October 29th. And finally, Assassin's Creed Valhalla's release is being pushed up to November 10th to coincide with the Xbox Series S and the Xbox Series X launches. And that's from Tom Phillips from Eurogamer. So those are the big points that I got from the Ubisoft Forward. Does anything jump out at you guys or anything that surprised you?
For me, it's um, Immortal, Phoenix Rising.
Yeah.
Shortly after like the presentation, a lot of um, channels, YouTube channels, came out with their reviews and their because they tried out like a demo.
Yeah, they're talking about their they call it previews. Not really.
Right.
Yeah, previews.
They talked about their experience with the game, and most of them, if not all, like said that it's a good game. It's like an interesting game, and that it's really good and it's fun.
Yeah.
And so that just adds up to the interest that I had already for the game when it was Gods and Monsters. Uh, I was a little disappointed to see that they changed like the art style. The first time we saw this game, it had like a different tone to it. It was a little more bright and a little more cartoonish, I guess.
It was more like
And
a Pixar-ish, Disney-ish vibe.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
um, and seeing this again, it was kind of like, oh well, they decided to go a different route or whatever. But it's still a game that was interesting to me. It's basically Breath of the Wild. That's what I've been hearing. It's Breath of the Wild with like Greek mythology. So I mean, what else do you need, right? So I mean, that's what like the game that I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah, it's
It's
coming out
coming
to the
out in
Switch
December.
too.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll keep my eye out for that game.
Yeah.
Other than that, um, Prince of Persia, I guess. I've never played the game, and a lot of people like regard it as one of the best games out there. Very influential, and so I mean that game. It's also like interesting. I'll keep it on my radar as well, just to see if
Mm.
I try it or not, and to finally play it. And there were a lot of criticism though on like how it looked. It kind of looked bad for a
It-
for a remake. It looked disappointing, but I mean, we'll see.
yeah.
We'll see how the game improves. But yeah, other than that, um that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
That caught my eye.
Yeah. The Scott Pilgrim thing was pretty cool. I mean, people were
All right,
lost access to it. Oh yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's another game, right? That's regarded by a lot of gamers. I never played that game either, so
Hmm.
that's true. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, that one looks kind of tight too. If it had, I don't know if it has online co-op, but that might be fun if we could like play together.
Yeah.
Yeah. But supposedly like it got delisted some time ago and then nobody could buy it and then all of a sudden they're re-releasing it
Yeah, that's
as another
it's weird.
edition. Yeah, it's kind of weird. But yeah, I have a similar take to yours. I want to like Watch Dogs Legion more, but I still haven't finished Watch Dogs 2, so personally I'm not my hype level for Watch Dogs Legion isn't there for me.
Mhm.
And I want a Splinter Cell game. They're putting Sam Fisher and everything else except a Splinter Cell game. So
Yeah,
no thanks.
they have to be working on it, right?
Yeah, they have to be, man. They have to be. And then AC Valhalla, the jury's still out on AC Valhalla, man. Assassin's Creed, still don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah, still in the middle.
They're kind of like dropping the ball in that game. Like they haven't really talked about it anymore.
Yeah, they haven't showed much outside of that. I don't know. There was like a big drop, like in July or something,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
they
When
just
they were
kind
gonna show like Xbox Series X gameplay, when it
of. Oh,
was
that was a
just a bunch
long
of like,
time ago.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
Yeah. Yeah, that was the Ubisoft Forward. I thought it was pretty good. It was games that I was at least interested in.
yeah,
Pulling the trigger on these games, I'm not sure. Even Immortals Phoenix Rising, I don't know if I'm gonna be pulling the trigger. I know I said day one, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna be pulling the trigger on that one just yet. I have to see a little bit more. I want to see if I can pull in the camera a little bit. I want to see more. I'm probably gonna play that demo that's gonna be coming out on Stadia, and I'll probably make my decision based on that.
right.
Yeah. Any more comments on the Ubisoft Forward before we wrap up?
No, no,
No.
pretty
All
good.
right. Cool. 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 All right, so that's going to do it for the news for this week. We're going to be ending it by playing a little bit of Pass or Play. To avoid spoilers, use the timestamps in the description. So, how Pass or Play works is that some of us present a game to the rest of the panel, and then we take a quote from the back of the box of a game, and then based off of that quote, everybody else has to try to guess what the game is and also say if they would be playing that game or if they would pass on it. So I didn't even ask you guys. Do you guys have a pass or play game ready? I do, just in case.
I do.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just like I did with Jose, I'll do mine first and then you can have the finale.
All right.
All right, so I don't know if this is a repeat or not. If it is, audience, I'm sorry, but this is what came to mind. All right, so you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay, here it goes. Expose the conspiracy. Capture the truth. A government conspiracy wreaks havoc upon the planet Helios. As the rebellious action reporter, blank, you must penetrate your leader's web of lies and expose their horrific secrets. In a world of deception, believe in nothing except yourself. Battle ruthless enemies and with punishing martial arts. Infiltrate and investigate to expose your government's lies, and explore the unknown to unveil a grand conspiracy. Fight along courageous sidekicks. That's the end of the quote.
Okay, I feel like it's like a crime type of game, you know. Uh, I didn't really get any like sci-fi vibes from it or anything. Really? You did? I kind of did. But a sci-fi game with like government things.
Can you repeat the first few sentences again?
Yeah. Expose the conspiracy, capture the truth. A government conspiracy wreaks havoc upon the planet Helios. As the rebellious action reporter, blank, you must penetrate your leader's web of lies and expose their horrific secrets. In a world of deception, believe in nothing except yourself.
Okay.
Actually, now now that you mentioned Planet
It's like a
Helix,
space.
it's a space game. I'm thinking Mass Effect.
I'm thinking Mass Effect 2. I was thinking Perfect Dark, but I don't know if Perfect Dark is based on space. Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
see.
play only because it's I don't know, like I like a good government. What is it? Overthrow an anarchist game, basically. Uh, I'm gonna play it. I don't have a guess. I'm getting Mass Effect vibes from it. Um,
Okay.
I don't know which one, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. I think it's a Mass Effect game, and I will play.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
simply. I'll play it as well. Uh, like Jose says, Revolution games.
Hmm.
And again, I was thinking it was like maybe the first Mass Effect, but I don't know. Uh,
Okay.
I don't. I can really pinpoint what it is. But yeah, I'll play it.
For sure. I think one detail you guys are missing, or I don't know if you paid attention to it. Rebellious action reporter.
Right.
I think
Action.
that's. I don't know if that's gonna help you. Probably won't. But
Report.
What goes
reporter.
action? Like a news reporter, no?
Yeah, something like that.
Action.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind of
that,
weird. It's
I'm
kind of weird description. All right, you guys don't. But you guys gonna stick to Max Effect as a
I'm
guess?
having second thoughts now because there's no reporters in Mass Effect.
Well, there
Yeah.
are, but you don't
I don't
particularly
think
play
it's a
as
good
one.
paper. Um, reporter.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think it did. Rebellious. It's just confusing all the way. Um, I have no guess. I don't know.
No guess. Okay.
Detective Pikachu.
Stupid.
Detective on Planet
No,
Hillis.
I don't know. Well, I'll still play it though.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, 2 plays. That's what I like to hear. Cool. The game is Beyond Good and Evil.
Ah,
I don't know if I presented this game before or not. I feel like I
I
did,
don't
but
think
maybe not. No? Okay. But yeah, in the game you actually have access to a camera and you take pictures of points of interest and
yeah.
different things. Yeah. And there's stealth too. It's a pretty good game. Pretty good game. Very good game.
You own it, right?
Yeah, I own a digital version on the PS3.
Oh,
Yeah.
with the sequel coming out.
I know. Ubisoft Forward. Where was Beyond Good and Evil 2? Okay. Alright, that's cool. Who next?
Yeah. I'm going next.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so here I go.
Okay.
Fight and play. That's it. It's good. No.
Okay.
It goes, a peaceful life in quiet blank was suddenly thrown into disaster after the Universal Peace Conference um, was over. The Emperor's concerns kept growing until blank and blank decided to go out and settle the problem. The places they visited during their expedition were blank, 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 and blank. The more they advanced, the more suspenseful it became. What they found out was a devastating plot. There are loads of exciting action, cool items, neat vehicles, great attacks, and magic spells available. They are all yours to blow adversaries out of the way of the once peaceful blank.
Hmm. You said vehicles and I was like,
Yeah, that
ooh.
threw me off. Um,
So you're like a band of adventurers. You're trying to keep the peace in a certain area, and you have stuff to blow enemies out of the way. Hmm. I want to say it's an RPG. Uh, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead. I like peace talks. I'm a big fan of diplomacy. So I'm gonna play this. As for my guess, I don't have one yet.
well, from the description, it looks like it's like a two player or like a duo. I don't know. I think the vehicles part is the one that throws me off
I
because
know.
I mean I have several games I'm thinking of where there's like a duo, but I don't know if there's vehicles in those games. Um,
I missed that detail. I must have missed the dual detail.
well, because he talks, though it's the main character and his companion, no?
I said blank and blank.
Blank and blank.
Mm.
It's two. Um, is it
Dark
a
Dark
Ratchet and
Cloud.
Clank?
Dark Cloud.
Dark Cloud?
Dark Cloud.
I don't know. I have Cloud too, and I don't know. There's two people. There's like I don't know. I don't know for some reason that came to mind.
I'm thinking of Ratchet and Clank. Um,
Ooh, Ratchet and Clank's a pretty good one. But as for vehicles,
yeah, it's always that, like the vehicles part that throws me off.
yeah. You do have vehicles in Ratchet and Clank though. You do ride like a ship.
Okay, I think I'm gonna play, but I have no idea what it is.
Ratchet and Clank might be it, Chief. Oh snap. Oh schniggly. Hmm. Yeah, I can't think of anything else too. I'm just throwing a Hail Mary saying it's Dark Cloud.
Okay.
But did Jose say you're gonna play it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the game is Super Ninja Boy.
Oh my God, I was thinking of that one. Oh my God. There's
Mm.
no
It's a Super Nintendo game.
with the blue
Oh.
and the red ninja, right?
Yeah, it's a blue and red ninja, and they go in. It's an action RPG. So yeah, I think you were there. It does have like RPG elements. Um,
Ah,
I think there's like beat 'em up elements to it too. Eh, but yeah, it's an old game. It's an old game. It's very what's it called? It's not as mainstream, I guess.
it's a deep cut.
Yeah, it's a deep cut.
I kind of want to watch
Yeah,
gameplay of it though. Super
yeah.
Ninja Boy?
What's that?
Super Ninja Boy it's called?
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, were you guys gonna say something?
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Just also said that it wasn't on his mind.
Oh yeah, yeah. I had no chance on that one. I didn't know.
Yeah.
All right. So that was fun. Thanks for Luis for participating. We have been Roll Jump Media. We are primarily a video game news site. We cover video game news. We share our opinions. We react to things. We also talk about things outside of video games if it interests us and we have something to say about it. So you can tune into our official website, Roll Jump Media, or you can. We also have different things. We have YouTube videos on YouTube. We stream on Twitch. And if you want to follow us on any of our social medias, just type in the social media and our name, Roll Jump Media. Thank you all for watching. And before we sign off, do you guys have anything to say to our audience?
Thank you guys for tuning in. Till next time.
Thank you. Until next time.